toxic people for a little bit. Because they rampant. They're all over the place. I don't care where you go. If you go in the mall, they up in there. If you go in the church, they up in there. If you go to school, they up in there. They're everywhere. Got to know how to deal with them. Got to know how to identify them. Y'all come on in the building. Let's talk about it, baby. I had to go back and do some check work myself. Little research myself. I ain't been around no bunch of toxic people in my life. I ain't made it home yet. I'm almost there. But I decided I'm going to stop right here because I told y'all I was going to be out here between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So by the time I went all the way upstairs, parked, got out, put everything up, I knew I would get busy, and I just said, oh, well, I'll come on tomorrow. So I ain't going to do that. I'm going to come on with my topic tonight. I got it ready. I'm going to talk about it. Give y'all a few minutes to come up in here. I've been jamming, baby. Well, Magic 102 FM been playing some good music. So I've been jamming all the way home. Hey, Miss Joy, well, 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. That's all we need. We need a few more. How you doing this evening, Miss Joy? I had a beautiful day. It was a wonderful day. I had a child that had a complete meltdown on me, Miss Joy. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I had that situation in control. Miss Diane trying to control it. Oh, you drive the bus. I got this back here. I don't know what was wrong with me. I ain't never did that before. I had him last year. Baby. Ooh-wee. I had to get off the bus and talk. This mama, baby. There's Carla. Hey, Carla, I ain't seen you. I saw you comment. You made it in, huh? Mm-hmm. See, I got to get things together here. Because the football season is here, y'all. Chico Sticks, I know you ain't busting up in here, and I ain't seen you, and I don't know when. Sugar, you all right? I'm so glad to see ya. Yeah, and I had forgot all about you. I ain't lying. I'm so glad. Woo, baby. Oh, my Sugar was coming back home. Yeah, the prodigal children. Come on back in the building. Let's talk about these toxic people. We ain't going to be here all night trying to talk about them either. Because we probably all done met some. Especially here lately. What you saying? Hey, Miss Audrey. How you doing? I'm so happy you treated yourself to some me time. You deserved it. I did. And I knew it was that time. I've never, like, when my husband was alive, every 3 months, we took off and we went somewhere. And then since he's passed, I haven't been going anywhere. I've just been trying to rebuild my life and make a new life for me. And I've realized it's time to move. It's time to move around. This is not you. And I did, and I came back, and I'm energized, and I'm back. Yes, the old me is here, because that me before I left here, baby, she was tired. Her brain was just dying, okay? Too much stuff going on. Did you enjoy Hakeem's speech? Yes, I did, and thank you for sharing that with me. You always see my replay. You don't let me know, Chico. But I thank you. I appreciate that. Just say hi or something so I know you still around. I be missing y'all, girl. Don't be doing me like that. Folks be checking out of here day and night. All around me. Every time I look around. I be scared to go over there on Facebook because my friend John is a mortician over there. So he got the scoop on everybody. Soon as they lay him down, he putting it on Facebook. I said, oh my God, I can't with no John, okay? But anyway, I wrote a few things down I want to discuss with y'all tonight. Hit that like button for me. Share me out. Yeah, I need to be shared. I got to get back in these algorithms. I'm finna come back out here strong. So the first thing I want y'all to do is learn how to identify a toxic person. Use your better judgment first. In order to really know who they are, you got to listen. God gave you 2 ears and 2 eyes. They balanced. Use them. Left and right, okay? That's the easiest way. And do less of this. You only got 1 of these. You know, zip it and listen and look. And I guarantee you, you'll figure out who they are. Let's see if anybody else came in. Hey, LaWanda. Whoa, there's Princess too. Baby, y'all better come on back home. I know y'all be round and about on these streets and stuff, but sometimes y'all need to come see Miss V too. Um, Good to see you, beautiful Miss V. Thank you, Carla. Let's see. Cutest Sweets is up in the building too. Hello, Miss V. Another policeman unalived in Houston today as he sat at a light headed to work. Pray for our men in blue. You know I am. Ooh, that gives me chill bumps there. I just hate that. Now he ain't bothering nobody. That's what I'm talking about right there. People doing too much right now. I told y'all earlier we living in these times. You got to stay prayed up and you got to look around. Be cognitive of your surroundings. Yeah. This man just sitting in the light, and I guess somebody said, I'm just going to take him out just because. And that's what people are doing these days. They ain't got no real reason. Now, when they take that man in, why did he do it? He ain't going to be able to tell them nothing that make no kind of sense. Prayer hands up. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's Iona. Hey, good evening, Iona and Caroline. Miss Kendra's in the building tonight. Okay, y'all all speaking to each other. And my TNT family show is here also. Okay. Y'all coming on in. Hitting that like button for me. Thank you so much. I think y'all are all just speaking to each other right now. Ms. V, I cried about the Dallas officer killed on Thursday. And the other two, it was so sad. They might have to come out here in some kind of steel-plated clothing or something now. You know, and make sure you got a face shield over you and something over your head, like the bullet is going to bounce off, because these people is crazy. They take the law in their hands these days. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Amen, Ms. V. Stay prayed up. You got to. When you ain't got nothing else to do, instead of going watching something, get on your knees now. If you can't get on your knees, he'll answer you standing up. You love my coronation? Thank you, Ione. I appreciate that. Oh, then I start working you, Miss Audrey. I'm sorry. I love you, Miss V, and you have such a beautiful heart. Thank you. There's my Riri. Hey, Riri. Okay, we got down there. So I'm sitting out here in the car, right? I'm at the building, okay? And it's all lighted up. So we're going to be all right, I believe. And I got a light here in the car if I need to turn it on if it get too dark. But once we identify who the toxic people are with our eyes and our ears, and the ears more so than anything, okay? Listen to what they're saying. And look at what they're doing. Hey, Tammy's Topic. Welcome to Chatting with Ms. V. I'm assuming you got a channel. Y'all, I've never seen it before, Tammy, so I'm going to have to go over there and check it out. You come back again, I'll drop your channel in the chat. Okay? And then watch your emotional reactions to things. We have to learn to get our emotions in check. Me too. I'm laid back. I'm pretty cool about anything and everything. But sometimes the right person can take you there, make you lose all your religion. You will be messed up in the head. First of all, because you don't even understand why they're coming for you. And then second of all, it's like, are you for real? Eye contact is important. Right, Iona? Hey, Vanessa, welcome to Chatting with Ms. V. And blessings to you as well. You got to learn to recognize the characteristics of people. And people will change on you in a flip. They'll come for you like they're sheep and they really a wolf. You heard those saying a sheep in wolf's clothing? That's the ones that's really dangerous, because you don't even see it coming. I got to turn this light on. There are people that are constantly going to be negative. You can already strike them out off your list. You already know they toxic. Leave them alone. Stay away from them. Run if you got to. Okay? What's up, princess? That's Tajisti. People will exert control over your life if you allow them to. And they will focus on all aspects of your life. Hey, Sting, you don't have no control over that. But what you do have control of is letting them off in your life. Okay? Out here on this virtual world, we don't have too much control of what they'll say and do, but we can recognize if they're toxic and stay away from them. That's what we can do. A lot of people these days have narcissistic behavior. They want to control you. They want to control and tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and who to do it with. How do you break a soul tie? Naturally, really, TV. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. It ain't going to be easy. Once you get it down deep in your heart and your spirit that that's what you really want to do, you just going to walk away from it. Make sure you got all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed. And if it's a soul tie that's within your household, you better already have a plan. How you going to do it, what you going to take, where you going. And when you make up in your mind that day is today, you're going to walk away from it because you're going to realize something. You may have all the material things in the world. You may have the most beautiful home in the world. Here's a typical example. I have walked away from it all. When you take my peace away from me and my happiness away from me, you done took just about everything else. Because I'm going to always be able to make me some money. That you're not going to be able to stop me from doing that. I'm too intelligent to sit up here and just because I'm down to my last dime, I don't know how to make another dime. Don't ever think like that. Don't ever make money an issue when it comes to your peace and your happiness. Trust in the Lord. Hasn't He always provided through it all? He'll come through again. You do what you got to do and watch Him when he come through. Let's see. Audrey, everything is great. Brought me a scale yesterday. How's it going with you, love? Okay, good, Sting. Kendra said, amen. I was a vitamin of a narc. Wait, not no more. I am free. I remember when you got free, you had just come over here. So when you made up your mind, you were ready to go. I remember discussing this with you behind the scenes. And that's basically what we said. I never told you to leave. I never told you to stay. I told you when you got tired of him, you were going to stand up, you were going to get your kids, and you were going to walk away. A year and some months later, you've done that. And you on your feet, out working, and your life is beautiful. Because you don't have to hear all that stuff in your ear. Them tearing you down and telling you what you are. It's just hurtful stuff. That's not helping you. You will never get on your feet. You will never find peace. You will never find happiness when somebody's constantly just bashing you and tearing you down. That ain't love either. Don't nobody love you when they do that. You better tell them to get, or you better get one or the other. But you got to go find your peace and your happiness. Life is too short, people, to be sitting around taking anything off of anybody. They ain't doing nothing for you, and even if they are doing something for you and they tearing you down, you ain't enjoying it. So you might as well go head on. Mental abuse is horrible. It's worse than physical abuse because physical abuse will get better over time. You can go sit out in the bathtub and get the webs off like you did when you was a little child. And maybe cover up the eyes with the makeup or whatever. But that ain't good either. Because before the physical abuse had to come some mental abuse. Nobody just comes in and just jumps on you. Not most of the time. Most of the time, they done already beat you down with that tongue before they start hitting on you. And ain't no man or no woman, ain't nobody got no business trying to re-raise you. Your mama already did that, or your dad or your family, whoever, already raised you. You can't re-raise no grown person. And if that person is doing all that, they ain't for you. That part, my husband wasn't physically abusive, but he was very mentally abusive. And that's hard. You got to sit there and look at him and he done told you down. It's usually another chick on the side when they doing all that. They ready to go or they want you to go. Or they just was born crazy. And they usually send their imposters for you so you don't see it until it's already there. Got a little puppy, y'all. Hey, Paula. We will never prosper. Not until we get it together as a people. You can prosper on your own, though. They're going to get upset with you, too. Those that don't want you to prosper, if you are in a circle with them, or even if you outside of the circle with them, and they don't want to see you grow and prosper, or you have already grown and prosper and they're not there, if they hate us, they're going to consistently come after you. Get away from me, okay? Move out from around. Don't give them the attention that they want, because they full of foolery. Ain't my fault you where you are. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I am in order to be 70 years old and kick back, relax, and enjoying the ride today. Because I can basically do what I want to do. If I choose to get up in the morning and tell Dickinson ISD, I ain't coming in today. I ain't going. That's what happens when you prepared yourself in your younger years with multiple incomes coming in. Yeah, I just don't depend on YouTube. I just don't depend on them. I just don't depend on a retirement. I just don't depend on Social Security. I put them all together. You got to. Look at the cost of living. I could put another one together and get a man. I ain't finna worry myself with that. Oh, no, He might mess up all this peace and joy and happiness I got inside of me. TNT is saying that is right. They're equally painful. I agree with you, Kendra. Good you still here to talk about it. Some women aren't. No, I got no problem with it. The second husband, I talked over on April Love's chat a couple of Saturdays ago. I think it was back in August. She was talking about narcissistic behavior. That man was a true narcissist. Home beautiful, everything inside. Great father to the kids, but he had some issues with inside of him. He had not gotten over childhood issues of his father dying. He had to become a man in the home very, very early. He had to get out the home right after high school, go into the military to take care of him and his family. So he really didn't enjoy his childhood. That was part of the problem. And then he was military, so he thought he had control. You can't control me like that. I ain't your kid. Oh, no, baby. I made a plan. When these kids out of here, I'm out of here too. Yours and mine. Okay, we didn't have no children together. It was my child from my first marriage and his child from his first marriage. I raised both of them. But when I got them out there and got them on their feet, I told him he got to go. Because these kids going to still be coming back to this house. They just leaving home to go to college. You're not happy here. I'm happy here. So you don't need much as a man. Find you a place and you gone on about your business. I had already paid off the house anyway. Remember I told you I paid off the house when I left my job at Amoco. Because I didn't know where I was going and what I was going to do. I mean, I ended up in the beauty business, working for myself, but I didn't know that at the time. I just didn't want no heavy bills with them kids going into college. Yeah, and his got the same thing as mine. The kids were treated equally. Girl, he dragged me through court. He lost. I still forgave him for my sake. And you have to. Forgiveness is a big part of it, Tajisti, because if you harboring all that anger and all that, you can't move on. But if you forgive him and move on with the children. Remember when we were talking before I think y'all ever went to court, my basic concern was the children. How y'all were going to handle that. Him being so... I don't want to talk about him being him, okay? Will he be able to come pick up the kids and do right about his children was my big concern. So you've never mentioned anything else, so I'm assuming everything It's all good. Prayerfully. And Sting is saying it was the drugs, Miss V, in your case. When Sting first came over here, she had just lost her husband, but they had been apart for a while. We went through that. I've been through a lot with my sugar woogers and my beautiful butterflies out here. And whatever we discussed, it never came out unless they brought it out. Mm-hmm. It stayed with me. Some things you don't talk about. You take them to the grave with you. But you have very few people you'll meet in life that you're going to be able to do that with. I don't want nobody talking my business if I discuss it with them. That's why I'm very private when it comes to my business. I talk to me, myself, and I. And it has worked for me. Therefore, when somebody come out trying to tell you something about you don't know that because I ain't never told you that, you a lie. Okay? Because I only me, myself, and I know it. And Jesus. I am too good and too fine to deal with his toxic behavior. And you've moved on. And you got a whole new life. And you seem to be very happy, Tajisti, and your kids. Because I'm going to tell you, when you got those kids up in those toxic relationships, they're not dumb, they're not blind, and they can hear too. And it affects them also. That's why I was so glad mine was grown and going off to college where, they got their own life now. They ain't worried about me. They ain't worried about you. They coming home to me or to you. It don't matter. They can go to your place or they can come to mine. They ain't going to be here but a minute anyway during the holidays. Maybe a little while in the summer. And both of them went through summer school, so they went to school year round. So it gave me a little time to try to find myself and where I was going, what I was doing. And God just sent the last husband right on through. He wasn't in my life for 12 years, but it was the best 12 years of my life. I have no regrets of leaving Texas and going to Baltimore. I don't have no regrets whatsoever. We had a good time, and that's why it'd be so hard to find somebody else. Kendra's agreeing with you, Tajisti. Everyone, everywhere, please join Ms.V in our healthy lifestyle. Let me promote that for Miss Audrey. Miss Audrey is over here with a healthy lifestyle. We're trying to eat better. It's not a diet. You are going to go into your life and figure out what may cause you some internal damages later. And you just slowly delete it out your life. It's a lifestyle change of how we're eating over here. We're not necessarily trying to lose 20 pounds by this date, because if you continue to eat like that, you will lose the weight and you will feel healthier. So that's Miss Audrey. She started that back, I guess, the first of the year, Miss Audrey. I'm not sure. But that's what we're doing over here, chatting with Miss V. So by the end of the year, we all probably will have lost some pounds. We all will feel better. And Miss Audrey has definitely been doing very, very good with it. She's gotten off some pills, and she's just a happier, healthier person. And that's what we're trying to do. Weight ain't good, and eating bad ain't good, because it's a lot of things I can't eat no more. A lot of greasy foods after 5 o'clock in the evening. Bad case of indigestion. I'm having to wean myself like a baby off of sugar. For some reason, here within the last couple of years, I crave candy. I crave cake. I can go a whole week, and then by Sunday, it's like, okay, I got to do it in moderation. I've got to get off of it. So that's what I've been doing. I don't have it in the house, so I have to think twice. You got to go put on some clothes. You got to go down the street. You got to go get it. I ain't doing all that. I understand. Be very careful, dear. Regardless, devil is always lurking. Hey, always. He's on his job. And if you don't watch him, he'll jump right off of somebody else onto you. You sitting there and they talking devilish. Next thing you know, you following them. You the devil too. Because he lives within inside of us, just like God. Their spirit. You're correct, our owner. That's why I don't be on early in the mornings to catch people's lives. I put in my time of getting up early in the mornings. Yes, indeed, Sting. And I'm glad school has started, so I don't see none even throughout the day now. It's just like last year. I didn't know what was going on out here on these streets until somebody either said, this one said this or this one said, and a lot of times I didn't address it. It wasn't important to me. And a lot of times that toxic behavior would die down if you don't address it. They sound like a fool out here talking about you, and you ain't talking about them. You over here with other topics. But toxic people will hit you from time to time. If you notice out here on YouTube, there have been times when I'm wondering where they coming from. Lady, you ain't even been mentioned. They want to be a part of you, or they want to be in your life, or they love your life or your lifestyle, or maybe you used to be with them and you silently walked away from them and they just can't help themselves. They have to let you know how they feel by coming out here coming for you when you ain't thinking about them. That's what you got to get in your head. Because I had to get it in mine. Audra, I have gained more than I lost. I'm blessed. Thank you for the encouragement. There's still time. You got a lifetime. It's a lifestyle change to Jesse. Okay. So, don't let people exert control over your life either. That ain't good. Because once they get control over your life, they controlling you and everything you do and say. Be careful of them phone calls. Where you at? What time you gonna be home? Why you need to know all that? What you got going on? And you start asking yourself some questions. They'll put you in social turmoil, baby. Energy vampires. We talked about energy vampires this morning. Don't be interacting with them people, letting them know all your business. I'm not sure. That's a good answer. What's going on? Okay, instead of why you want to know. Just what's going on? Is there something I need to be there at a certain time? You know how to do it. Okay, now, Ms.V, we need contact FBI because Miss Millie is still missing. Yes, she is. God, please cover her. We miss you, Millie. Okay, Miss Millie, there's your APB. We done put out an all ports bulletin for you. So step in the chat and let us know what's really going on. I don't have a way of contacting her. Hey, Denise Wallace, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Okay. Thank you, Rena, for the hearts. I appreciate that. Scuba is back. Scuba has some good messages for us this morning. Bring them on, baby. Kendra speaking to you, Scuba. Sting is eating a salad for dinner. I don't think I'm going to eat tonight. I think I'm going to get my water in and maybe drink some tea and go to bed. I love salads too, y'all. Hey, Vanessa, YouTube is a big mess, Miss V. So sad, acting like teenagers. You put them at teenage level. I put them on the playground. Back in the day when we had monkey bars and merry-go-rounds and jacks and all of that. They back there. They stagnated. I don't get it. Why aren't you telling the people something that's going to help them? How is me coming out here telling them something about their life that I don't know nothing about? How that's going to help y'all? And it gets boring to me. It's very tiring. Every time they say something, here you go say something. I got to switch stations on that. Them trolls be trying to run me over out here. Kendra, you don't have a moderator. You say you don't want moderators, so that's what's going to happen until you find you some moderators and you entrust that, they'll take them out. Because I was over there watching one night and I couldn't really get into the commentary for the trolls. So I was like, okay, I'll just go watch the replay and that way I can throw them through it. Because I like coming over there, but them trolls be getting on my nerves. Men get very jealous when they see we can make it and they plot and plan. But they knew when they got with you, Iona, that you wasn't nobody's dummy. because they never would have gotten with you then. Ain't no man want no dumb, ignorant woman that can't handle things if something happened to him. But it's something about them at certain stages in life that 30, 40, if they get out there then, it's hard to pull them in. Then they'll go back out there one more time, sowing their last oats. Somewhere in that 50, 60, right at that retirement stage, you got to watch them. Look at Judge Mathis and his wife. Now, y'all, we going to talk about that on live, too. Because I don't know how y'all feel about that. But I just think it's more to it. After 30-some years with that man, and you leaving him because you're lonesome. You don't know how to pull him back in the house and make you happy. No. I think it's more to it. I don't know how y'all feel, but it just seems like it's more to the story than that. Audrey saying, I honor so true. We must stay alert 24/7. Oh, don't like no energy vampire. Me either. Stay away from me. Swirl around. Which way, Kendra? Says I honor. You got to get away from him, Kendra. You know that. Because if you don't, you'll be sitting up there depressed. Won't know which way to turn. All that stuff running through their mind that you trying to decipher why they said it or what they said. Ain't nobody going to waste no time on all that old foolery. Just say to yourself, okay, they ain't got no life. They ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got nothing else to say. But come over here. And that's where I had to do it. And pick on a 70-year-old woman. I don't want to be in your company. Why are you bothering me? I ain't bothering you. You have to get away from that stuff. Baby, I got away this weekend and got a whole new ball game. Hopscotch. Yeah, I honor all them games we played back in the day. They better go play on the playground. I better finna play with you. I done played on the playground before, so therefore I ain't going there. And it's all to get a like and a few pennies. That's all. Period. Yeah. Ms.V, please tell Miss M hi, and we miss her. I will not see her until Sunday. Because I don't think I'm going down there none this week since I'm not going to choir rehearsal on Thursday night. I might go to Bible study Wednesday night, and if she has to play Wednesday night, I will tell her. But we've been kind of missing each other because she's been doing a lot of things with her family, and she has grandchildren and great-grandchildren and all of that because she spent the holidays with her granddaughter in Houston. So I was going down there, and I remembered I had to go take my COVID shot, and I called it. I said, I ain't going to be able to come because we were going to come on live. And I was like, I can't do it because I got to go take this shot. I got to go back to school. They don't bother me. I don't worry about trolls ever. Okay, Kendra. So, let me tell you, an envious person is a poisonous person. Don't engage with that selfish behavior. Ain't nobody got no business being envious of nobody you don't know, or if you do know them. Why would you be envious and jealous of them people? That don't even make no sense. That's not going to bring anything into your life. And why bother somebody else's life? That don't make a lick of sense to me. They become uninteresting. They become barbaric. They have potential harm for you. So you just got to stick with the people you know. People you may meet, don't let them in your circle real fast. Get to know them, the people around them, the people they hang around with, because that could be a mistake also. I found that out here in this virtual world. You don't really know these people. Okay, they want to be in your life, but you got to find out who they are. Speaking in general for all women, says I honor. Just so y'all know, if you see a troll in the chat but aren't a moderator of that channel, still block. that away. They won't show up in your chat when live. Okay, thank you for that info. It's getting dark. Let me pull the phone out and pull it up. Y'all, I just found $100 in my purse. That's made my day. Y'all remember when I told y'all I threw away some money in... Oh, shucks. Oh, Lord, I turned the phone upside down. In my Ravens bag. Well, I had a straw bag in here that I was carrying in the car, too. And I had stuck $100 off in this straw bag when I was wearing this bag. And so that just made my day. I had that bag like 2 weeks ago. And it's been riding in the car. And all of a sudden I go in there tonight and I was like, praise the Lord. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. The other money, I think I threw it in the trash with that Ravens bag. But that's okay. Somebody might find it before it get to the dump, hopefully. Once a man, twice a child. When they get into that 50, 60 stuff, they could trying to go back out there and see. Why? My thing is, why you can't see with me? And I'm up in here with you and I'm your wife. Why you got to go out there with somebody else? And it's always a young woman that's gonna get that sponges. Send them ass right back to you when they through with them. With the trolls, I just ignore them. My moderators usually take them out, and I can honestly say I've had pretty good moderators over here, minus two. They didn't need to be moderators because one couldn't get along with nobody, and the other one was so full of insanity. But for the most part, I've had very good moderators. Look at Wisdom Warrior. Thank you, baby, for the $20. Let's see. What I'm going to go buy? I'm going to buy something for the house. I always try to buy something for the house where I can always remember y'all. I appreciate you. Y'all hit that heart button for Wisdom Warrior. I just did myself. Okay, let's see what I got written down here. I got a lot to tell y'all about these toxic people. I might have to do this in 2 parts. Yes, baby. I wrote lots about them. So, toxic people will hurtle insults. Think about it. Toxic people will always come with the negativity. Refrain from toxic people without allowing them to take you down to their level. And that's going to be hard. Hey, Keisha. Protect your inner peace. Nurture a good and inner life. Protect your peace and build you a strong support system. Because they are going to have a strong support system when they come for you. They're going to always find people just like them. And they're going to send them out first for you. And when they can't do the job, they come in themselves. That's how they do it. Okay, I'm trying to... Hey, Vonda, I've been missing you. Been working and going to school. Glad I was able to catch you live. Thank you, Vonda. I always be missing my people and I be wondering where are they. But a lot of y'all catch the replays, but you don't let me know you catch the replay. Just drop a heart in there to let me know you all right. Because I be wondering if my people all right or not. That's what I be on. Okay. My circle consists of my family and my BFF of 20 years. I see as I age too, the smaller my circle is, the better off I am staying. Because my circle used to be big when I was like had kids at home. I was friends of their mothers and fathers, my husband's friends. I don't have to have all that in my circle no more. Because I ain't got time to be looking all around and down and up under and all that no more. I don't want to. I heard too, Audrey Judge Metz said he's fighting for his marriage. Yes, Carla, that's what I was hearing also. That he said he did not want to get a divorce. That's why I said it's got to be a little bit more to it than that. Now, I don't want to put no rumors out there that I don't know. I don't live with them people. But it just don't sound right to me. No, it don't. God is great. Hundo is a blessing. Okay, who is the... Oh, okay, that's Scuba. Yes, Miss V, I had a girlfriend for years, was so jealous of me, she wanted to be like me. She wanted everything that I had, jealous because I was married, etc. I had to let that friendship go after 30 years. I had to let one go after about 30 years after my car got hit. Remember? She acted like I had hit her car. Didn't have time to take me to get a rental car. I mean, came out with all kind of old rubbish out the back that they had nothing to do with the car. But you have been thinking like that all the time. I ain't mad at you. I just gotta let you go. But when you was busted up and broke up, and you was in the car wreck and arms and stuff all broke up, I was there for you. Yeah. But when you backed into my car, you wasn't there for me. Oh, okay, all right. And I've had plenty of problems with this car after then. Nah, when I'm done, when I walk away, I walk away. Like I said, if I saw it out there on the street, hey, how you doing? But I ain't got no conversation. Hey, classy lady, how you doing, sugar? Wow, awesome. Get you a good dinner, says Vanessa. I'm trying to read through here. Wisdom Warrior, Miss V thanks you for loving the donation. And I do. She always come over and drop a donation. I appreciate that. And I always try to get something. And when I get it, I'll always know Wisdom Warrior. Sometimes I'll write it up under the bottom of it, whatever it is, so I know where it came from. When I'm sitting there and I can't do nothing but rocking the rocking chair and look at it, that's Wisdom Warrior. Wonder where is she? But I'm going to promise y'all this. If I ever leave YouTube on a permanent basis, I'll make sure that you will be able to contact me. Those who have been over here and supported me and donated and kept up with me, I'll make sure you'll always be in contact. You got the email anyway. So that's the contact right there. Miss V, you are a preacher. Baby, I just thought that was important because there's so much toxicity out here. Just out here in this virtual world. When I left on Thursday, it was very few channels out here that wasn't fighting. I wasn't fighting, but somebody was fighting me. I don't want to fight, girl. I told you I ain't never had a fight in my life. I ain't got no scratches and bruises on me from no fights. What I look like fighting with you at 70 years old? You 40-some years old. You don't sit down somewhere. Leave people the hell alone. Disrespectful. Wisdom Warrior says she been over here 5 months and she is a sugar wooger. I always love your content. Thank you, Wisdom Warrior. I try to bring peace into people's life. It's enough toxicity in the world, period. Hi, my Elaine. How you doing, sugar? I see you got that membership badge. Thank you, love. Okay. There's my Carolyn. How you doing, Miss Tottenham? Good evening. I see all my little sugar woogers came in tonight. Some lessons are easy, but most are hard. But I've learned something, too, about the lessons in life. It's the hardest lessons in life that teach you the most. Those easy lessons, you just run through them and you'll forget them. But if you go through a hard knock lesson in life, you ain't gonna never forget it. It's some things I done been through in life. I will never, ever, I'd have to get dementia or Alzheimer's in order to forget it. No way. And it still might pop up in my memory. Yep, you have to. They are something else. Forever birthdays and Christmas gifts exchanges. I would give her nice gifts, but she would, excuse me, give me nothing cheap. Junk. I knew then what she thought about me. Exactly. I have a relative like that. We used to exchange gifts in my family. When my family was big and my mom and dad and all my brothers and sisters, we were all together at Christmas time. So for a while, we started pulling gifts. And I always said, okay, if I only got to buy 2 gifts, one for my daughter and one for me, I can spend $200 or $300 on that gift because that's all I got to spend. It ain't like I'm buying everybody a gift like back in the day. I used to spend $1,000 back in the late 70s, early 80s when all them kids were small. I go work overtime So I'd have my Christmas money. So when I went down there, I could take them shopping and have my $1,000 ready. Okay? For my little nephews and stuff. We went to pulling gifts, and she told everybody, I don't want to pull gifts. I want her gifts, saying me. And I'm looking at, okay, well, what kind of gift you got over there? Always some on homemade and handmade stuff that didn't nobody want but her. Uh-uh. I ain't gonna be able to do you. I told them then, take my name out the gift giving. I just have to spend more money, but I don't like that kind of stuff there. Okay? I'd rather see a smile on a kid's face, taking him shopping. We used to go to the Pecan Land Mall just before Christmas Day, and I'd let them go and get the stuff and bring it up to the register. Okay, this is yours, Jay. This is yours, brother. This is yours, Sean. This is yours, Brandon. This is yours. Okay? And we check out, and sometimes we'd even go over the 1,000 if that's something they really, really wanted. Yeah. I was making money. It didn't matter. Glad you're back. Thank you, Carla. Carla, you've been over here 17 months. I appreciate you, baby. Just fine, Ms.V, watching this morning replay, and I almost missed the live. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. I appreciate you. Ms.V, my aunt turned 100 years old. Oh, what a blessing. She has her right mind, and that's another blessing, to be 100 with your right mind. A lot of people live to be 100, but they don't be in their right mind. I have a girlfriend now. I don't want to call her name, Carolyn, but you probably know her because she's from Texas City. She was a psychiatric nurse. And they brought her to church a couple of Sundays ago. And I could tell from the last time I saw her up until this time, it's getting worse by the day. And she called me last Saturday, and she must have asked me. She's still associating with me being away from here. She keep asking me, where are you now? What city are you in? And I kept telling her where I was. And we're not but maybe 25 minutes apart. And then she go off on to something else, and then she asked me again, now where are you now? You know, she's associating those days when I was a flight attendant. Maybe I might be living in St. Louis. I was living in Vancouver. I was living in D.C. I was living in Baltimore. That's what she's associating with. That's been years ago. Okay? But that's where she is in her mind. She has not realized I've been back here almost 4 years. It's sad, but it's true. She's a retired French teacher. Woo-wee! That is so good. She's in her right mind, just bothered with arthritis. Well, that's going to happen to the best of us. But they got a lot of stuff out there to help with the arthritis now. Ask me, I know, because I got it in my knees, bone on bone. Yep. Happy birthday to your aunt, says Sting. Oh, my God, Audrey, that is awesome, says Keisha. Every time Ms.V, she didn't think I needed anything nice. She probably thought that I had it all already. The way I look at a person that had it all, my mom was like that before she left here. That was not anything you could really buy her. She was in her 70s. But I knew the one thing she always loved was for me to go buy her a suit and send it to her or bring it to her. She loved them big brim hats. I could always go get her that, and that was going to make her happy. That was worth more than anything. My daughter sent me this from Houston. My daughter sent me this, okay? And the other one would always get jealous because she would never ask, because she would ask me, oh, it's Sunday, I got to have a white suit. I don't want no suits from around here. Everybody else going to have the same suit. So here I go out there to get her a suit, and I'm thinking, how many days do I have to mail this? And sometimes I would drive it to her. Like I'd leave on a Friday so she could have it for that Sunday. Yeah, it's always something. If you really know a person, there's something. Even if it's got to come down to a gift card, they can go buy what they want themselves. You ain't got to be cheap with folks if you really like them. And they good to you. I don't get that kind of stuff. But that's what you laughing at. Everybody's telling your auntie happy birthday. Yes, indeed. You should send me a picture of her so I can put her out on the community wall. That's a milestone in life, baby. Happy birthday to your auntie, 100 years old. God is truly a blessing and good to her. Everybody's telling her thank you and happy birthday. That's the problem we have now, trying to figure out what to get our mom. She has everything she could possibly want at the age of 85, and they're not into material things like that anymore. You know, you got to ask them, kind of question them. We started pulling money together at Mother's Day and Father's Day. And if it was something in the house, like my dad needed a reclining chair one year. So we all pitched in together and got him this reclining chair. They just come out with the reclining chairs that lift you up. You know, you didn't just lay back, but they would actually power lift you up. Then one year, my mom needed a new washer and dryer. So we just pulled our money together and bought a brand new washer and dryer. The deep freezer went out. She always had a freezer in her house because she always was cooking. We bought her a new freezer. That's the way we did it. You know, whatever she needed for the house to keep the house going. The air condition units went out outside. She had two units, one controlled one side of the house, one controlled the other side of the house. Instead of replacing one, we replaced both of them. So she didn't have that worry anymore. Then when everybody left home, we put her a window unit in the family room and in the bedroom, which covered that part of the house. And she could turn off all them units, getting them $400 and $500 light bills, and you there by yourself on a fixed income. A teacher's retirement ain't that much, y'all. Yeah, you got to think. We all out working, making way more money than she's bringing in. The most important things we do is to give her her flowers now. Exactly. And she's probably very happy with that. Because I'm getting there where it ain't too much out there I want. And material things are becoming less and less important to me. My health, my peace, my happiness, my content. Waking up every morning. That's what's important. Okay, going on down. Will be 75 on this Thursday. Happy birthday, Miss Carolyn. Will be 75. Girl, you don't look no 75, okay? Miss Carolyn's beautiful, y'all. God willing, I already thank God for all of the wonderful years. I am truly blessed. Yes, you are. Okay, well, Thursday we'll have to wish Miss Carolyn a happy birthday. Got a little nurse over here, a little retired nurse over here. If any of us have any problems over here. Teachers make six figures in Maryland, especially. Now, back when my mama was teaching, I don't think she ever made six figures. The first year that I worked at Amico as a lab analyst, I made more money than my mom, and she had already been teaching 25 years. And I only worked a half of a year. And I think I made like 50-some thousand dollars. My mom was not making that. Now teachers here are making, 60, 70, 80, 90. Some who are specialized in the areas that they teach, they're making 100,000. But not when she was teaching. You got to remember, she retired. What year did she retire? I was out of college. 81, 82, somewhere like that, with a master's degree. She never made 100,000. Never. Not in small town Louisiana. Now maybe if she had left there and went to a bigger school district or came here to Texas, she might have made it before she retired because of the years of service and having a master's and a 30 plus. Okay, but not in Monroe. That's what siblings do as well. We split the bill and get what she needs, and that's a good thing. They're happier with that because all of her children participated. For their 50th wedding anniversary, we all went together and we got them new wedding rings. My dad won and me won. Of course, I had to be the one to go find it and then bring it home. But everybody pitched in, and they were really beautiful rings. Yes. I think my oldest brother had my dad's when he passed, and my sister has my mom's. Oh, okay. Not back then. No, ma'am. They didn't start off with very much. And the teachers that retired around that time all were basically the same. They had built nice homes, affordable homes, paid for them by the time they retired. Their husbands usually were principals or firemen or teachers. Wasn't no doctors in the area, but two black doctors, Dr. Hill and Dr. Foster, and they probably didn't make but $100,000 a year if they made that. Okay, they had to have some surgeries to do to make that. Yep, just wasn't a lot of money back then, but money went further back then than it does now, because things were didn't cost that much. Carla Carolyn, I'm turning up for the Virgos. You go ahead on, strut it, ladies. Look at Miss Audrey with them shoes. Happy birthday to you, Carolyn, in advance, and we'll tell you happy birthday again on Thursday night. Are you going out of town, or will you be with us? If not, we want to be sure to tell you happy birthday. 75 years, another milestone. Happy birthday to all celebrating this week, says Keisha. Okay, y'all, I am coming up on my hour. I think I'm going to have to do a part two because I got a lot more to say about this. I read a lot of comments tonight, but I got a lot more I've written that I think that we want to discuss. And then we might go over there and discuss that Judge Mathis situation. And y'all pour out y'all's comments of what you think, because 30-some years is just a lot of time now. I ain't playing about that. And at their age, with grown children, grandchildren. Okay, y'all hit that like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. And Ms.V is going to go upstairs. No, I'm finna go down here and get me some gas for in the morning. That's what I'm going to do. And then go upstairs. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Until then, it's been fun, but I got to run. Good night.